So, what is fighting games? Like, I ain't doing that shit, bro. All right, so throughout this video, we're gonna be going over multiple different things about, Mortal Kombat. Ew! Not a lot of people really know about Mortal Kombat. You may know about Mortal Kombat. Shoot, even I didn't know about Mortal Kombat at one point. We're gonna be going over a few things, how to play it, how to get into it, and kind of just overall how to play it. A lot of people actually struggle with this game, and I chose this topic just because, something I do a lot. Why not? I know a lot of people when they first look into fighting games, like, well, that's not intimidating. Like, I don't want to go into that. But nah, like, I got you. I'm gonna show you a little couple things on how to really get into it. But like, when people talk about frame data, you're like, bro, these some nerds. Like, nah, I got you. So first we got frame data. 2, we got the character I'm gonna be kind of getting into. One of the characters I will be going over is one of the more quote unquote difficult characters. Some people might disagree. Either way, I'm gonna be helping you out with it. And then we're also gonna be playing a match online as well, and kind of just showing of what we really went over for.
Yeah, boy.
Today we're gonna be talking about how to really get into fighting games. I know we're kind of already talking about that, different concepts like frame data and punishing, things like that, or being safe. When you look at fighting games, people are like, well, like, I have a lot of different options to choose from. But I feel like, in my opinion, Mortal Kombat is probably the best option, or mainstream option. It's pretty surface level information. It's 2D fighting, 2 people on the screen walking up to each other, they about to fight. Nothing too crazy, not like Tekken, for example, where it's on a 3D level. So we're gonna be getting into a little bit of that as well. So yeah, let's get into Mortal Kombat 1. Oh man, what am I getting myself into, bro? I ain't gonna lie, I do not want to see more Kenshi players, bro. This is gonna be wet. Alright, so before we even really get into anything too crazy, one thing I will say, I will kind of like mention is more things like 1, 2, 3, or 4. That is going to be our X, Y, B, and A. So it is just called the number notation for the buttons. That's usually used a lot in fighting games. We have 1, which is X, 2, which is Y, 3, which is A, and 4, which is B. More basics, for example, if you could dash, do little things like that. We also have a second character involved, which is, our homie Sub-Zero in the top left corner. Yeah, it's different moves you can do. You can call him out, help you out, things like that. Pretty simple. We also have our other button, which is just left bumper. You see at the left side, it's just going to be a grab. So some simple stuff. Things first, Kenshi, man, your whole gameplay, man, with Kenshi is to get somebody named Senta. Man, it's going to be big bro. Yeah, big bro right there. That's your whole gameplay in this Kenshi, man. So there's multiple different ways, to get this man out, but there's also different movesets with Sento. So first things first is your strongest move with Kenshi in this specific stance is gonna be, a 4-2. That thing is crazy. Look how long that reach, man. Look at that. That is not okay. But hey, look, it is in the game, so it is okay. So we got that, your mid. On block, has some good range and all that, things like that. It's also a great stagger. So with fighting games, there's things called staggers. Staggers are going to be one thing that is going to be really big with this character. Kenshi, he's a great, he's really great with staggers. This is going to be his biggest one. It's only -6. And when we talk about staggers, when I say stagger is something more where opponent tries to press a button or anything like that, or of the sorts. If the opponent tries to press a button, they get punished by something, the button I just keep pressing. You could only really stagger things that are kind of, like I said, -6 is you're going to be your neutral. They can try to match something that's like, for example, they're down 1, which is, the low. But most of the time they're going to get punished due to how, spaced out it is. That is a stagger. You're kind of just pressing the same button a little bit, mixing it up, things like that. I would definitely recommend, like I said, that is going to be our staggering. That's staggering, for example. Now, with frame data, the biggest thing, there's going to be things called neutral, plus, and negative. Say, for example, I want to do, I'll put it on the screen for you guys. Say I want to do something like XBX, X, I think something like that, right? in the bottom left hand corner, you're gonna see block advantage -16. So that's a lot of negative frames. You never want to be that negative at all. If you end up being that negative, man, you're gonna get you done. Basically, you done. So you're gonna be -16, and you see how that recovery time is mad long. So see, I can't press no buttons, and he can get something which is called a punish. So for example, just as show example, getting punished by someone move like this, it's gonna be looking like done. That he could have got a full combo right there, but I just gave an example of what can happen. But instead, you're gonna want to kind of mix things up. See how right here, -6, 0. That just puts him back in neutral. 0 is just gonna be your neutral. Now, plus frames are something you definitely do want.
I need it.
Next thing is you want to be plus. So if you're wanting to be plus, most of his strings he's not really plus on, but he does have things that are just putting him back in neutral, where the opponent is either too far to even punish it, or he's just safe. You can't really do anything about it. But if you really want an example of a plus move, for example, at the bottom left you'll see +2. So it gives me 2 frames to actually end up doing something right after, before that opponent can actually do anything. Something that puts him back in neutral, something like this. It's pretty negative, but if you notice, you see how it pushes the enemy mad far back. -10, -8, but he's too far back to even try to punish me. He can't really do anything. Worst case scenario, say he actually wants to do something that's pretty fast. Pretty sure I could just block it in time. So for example, like that. Now with frame data specifically, there's gonna be, you're neutral, you're standing still, not doing nothing. There's gonna be the active frame and then recovery frame. So for example, you're standing 1, which is X, standing, you're just pressing X. It's gonna be active for only 3 frames. The little hitbox right there for it is gonna be active for about 3 frames, but although the recovery time is about 19, so it takes 19 frames to recover from it. That's how most of these moves work. It's always gonna be a startup, how long it's active for, and then the recovery for it. So that's pretty much our do's and don'ts. With you're gonna be careful with things like that. You don't want to be try to mashing on negative frames. Like I said, you'll see the punish on the left side if you do. And we also have things like neutral ducks, where you can duck under things like that. And if you do that, it's a throw punish. So that's gonna be pretty much the basics of it. But yeah, this is Mortal Kombat 1. That's how I kind of gave a basis on how to play Kenshi. Like I said, it takes some time really to learn Kenshi. You kind of put everything I just said into in a game. But like I said, we're gonna go into that right now and go in one online match. Kind of cover what I did. Let's get into it. All right, so we got a Sub-Zero player. Let's go Sub-Zero, just so I can show what I explained earlier. We got a Sub-Zero, and it's where you can kind of pick like the cameo, where you can basically get your second character in. We got a Sub-Zero and a Kung Lao. We're gonna go to a nice looking map. All right, let's get it, man. Hopefully shot the examples of what I talked about, the normals, the frame data. You'll see it here. Get it. Oh shoot, mess up the, mess up the combo. Oh, okay. All right, that was neutral. And right there, I got hit by the overhead. See, there's a mix in the game. Oh, hold up. Yup, we gotta wake up, press buttons, stagger. You got caught. That's where that stagger comes in clutch right there. Drop it.
Bro, please, bro. Why are you doing
Okay, gotta put that away. Alright, I gotta get my spacing back. I need to get my spacing back. Right there. That's that plus move I was talking about. That's why, hey look, Kenshi is like that. I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. I get punished for that. Overhead. We're gonna have to use that Sub-Zero armor to use, yup. got spacing. Yup. Got in. He got in.
Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky. Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
He's on trying to press buttons. We can't let it happen. I had armor. On plus. Yup. Okay. Oh, hey, he might make this comeback. Hold on. Hey, chill out, bro. Gotta put my armor on. Yup. And that armor come in and clutch. I'm trying to tell you. So, yeah, that's Mortal Kombat. You know, it's nothing too crazy. You know, we had to show the neutral frames where I was, you know, keeping my space. I had the plus frames when he was negative. He did that slide on me. That's what it is, man. Yeah, so that's Mortal Kombat. I definitely recommend getting into it, and it's a great game. But yeah.